What to do, YouTube? This is Acid Roots. I'm here with some holiday cheer. Figured you could want to see that and celebrate the holidays, even if you're watching this in late 2023, 2024, or beyond. It's a nice overall holiday segment. We're going to hit up the top secret area and get some power-ups and then knock out some of these courses. It really happens to kind of be the thing. So, in my land where I live, it's 10 degrees outside, and yesterday it was -6. That's pretty damn crazy for, just 3 days ago it wasn't winter, but we just have gotten a complete deep freeze, and most of the United States is feeling this right now. I don't know if you're watching this in Europe or something, what they're going through, but, Europe, Russia, all those northern hemisphere places probably have it pretty cold. Like the war in Ukraine, it's got to be a nightmare not having power. But, yep, the cold is in effect, and it's going to be like that over Christmas. That's kind of the thing, so. But, yeah, basically around here we got robbed of fall. That's really the thing, is I was looking for cool temperatures or warm temperatures. I was talking about like 75-degree days and 65-degree days, something like that. But we just went from hot, like 85-degree temperatures to 30-degree temperatures, just all in the span of like 3 weeks between late October and mid-November. That's just how it's been. If you're in the southern hemisphere, if you're like in South America or Australia or something, yeah, that's kind of the concept, is it's winter right now. There's no way of getting around these ghosts. I didn't do a good job of fending them off, but luckily I have at least another hit. It's just as long as I don't turn my back to them. I just wasn't paying attention. I was just like, huh. They just felt like they should be background characters. I actually might have died there if that ghost wouldn't have died first, kind of the thing, but. So. Yep. Social media has been pretty tame. Social media has been pretty tame recently. You do get the occasional people that are posting like streams and that type stuff, but for the most part these days are pretty bare bones. I just kind of felt like it would be wise to go ahead and do some of these and get that stationed. I do have other plans for more Super Nintendo games I'm going to do after I beat this game and Donkey Kong 3. And that's going to be interesting. Like, one of which I'm thinking about doing is Mario is Missing. And, the thing about that game is it's kind of like a basic example of Mario, just in an education format, which they also call edutainment. So I suppose as long as the game just didn't completely blow, I wouldn't have a problem with trying it out and seeing how far I could get. Because really, there's not boss characters in it. It wants you to learn more so than it wants you to be a skilled gamer. But it's just interesting because Mario, that was actually a stopgap for people who wanted another Super Mario World. They said, well, you can do that, or you can learn up on some U.S. history and stuff like that and learn some places on the map. I do need to play that game. Originally I was going to have Frenchie and I do it a couple years ago, or 4 or 5 years ago, but I just never got around to it. But I do think I should eventually get that done. This kind of happens to be a thing, but. So. Yeah, I could stand to have some donuts right now. When I grocery shop, that's usually something I try to tend to get, is donuts. It's just a go-to immediate snack. You can call me Homer Simpson, something like that, but it's just a go-to snack in terms of that format. I feel like Peter Griffin from Family Guy needs a go-to snack. I don't know what his is. Like Bart Simpson was Butterfingers. I remember those type days. But, Peter Griffin doesn't really have a go-to snack. I guess he has like his type of beer. Fry from Futurama has Slurm, but yeah, I don't think Peter Griffin really got one. Unless you count the beer that was a part of the show, but. Yeah, I've definitely become more and more of a fan of food. I realize that the shit that I kind of am interested in is like food, sleep, and, stuff like that. Just simple, basic things like, I don't know. The concept of becoming, just having exuberant amounts of money, it's kind of like, well, I'm still. I mean, if you have health problems, unless you have like a real lot of money, it's not going to cure it. This is kind of the thing I just look after it like that. I mean, to me, a donut, a cheeseburger, and stuff like that is probably more sufficient. Not to say that I'm that simple a person. Obviously, if we're going to be talking that like some music video model is around, you definitely would have to flirt with them. But it's just kind of just a lot of shallowness on social media right now. Let's just put it that way. You see these beautiful women, that type of stuff, and the first thing on their mind is how much money do you got. Maybe some of y'all can relate. Maybe, just to kind of talk randomly about Instagram a bit. Gold dig. People just do not care that they're gold diggers nowadays. It's like, well, what's going on here? But so it's kind of shooting the moon. That's all that's really happening. We're getting ready to go to Vanilla Dome, that type of stuff. I'm pretty damn hungry. I think I'm going to have some cottage cheese in a little bit. Sounds real nice. It's going to kick a lot of ass. Yeah, it's just a cold, late December day. This really happens to kind of be a thing. Holidays are in full effect, and most people are being lazy right now. I mean, I credit that. In some cases, I like doing videos for the holidays. In other cases, I feel like it should be catch-up time. Like, I would definitely recommend, if you're watching this the whole way through, to also check out some star-powered games I've done, like Blackthorn and stuff like that. Let's see. I could have gotten Yoshi, but I just kind of felt like it wasn't necessary. So, Yoshi's out of there. So, I'm losing track of what I was trying. I had a topic. I'm just trying to figure out what I was talking about. It had something to do with winter or something like that. No, yeah, the holiday malaise. That's what it was. Holiday malaise. And some eggnog sounds really good. Shout out to any of y'all that are having eggnog with a little bit of rum in it or whatever you mix with it. This is kind of the thing. Barely made that jump. I was trying to get that one up and I was like, fuck it, ain't worth it. I'm going to lose a life to get a life, So... But I don't know. For some reason, I want to watch the Mortal Kombat movie. I don't know. This game just screams 90s to me, and like a big component of the 90s was, of course, the Mortal Kombat franchise. I mean, those movies were like mediocre, but then they still had like that 90s cheesiness. Like a lot of people talk about how 80s was really cheesy. The 90s was too. I mean, it had a lot of stuff that was just kind of over the top. Like, when you look at shows like Full House and that sort of stuff, not to say that Full House is a lame show, but this, it's very hammy. You just would have to say it like that. There's plenty of hammy moments and that sort of mess. But Mortal Kombat was definitely such a thing that was incredibly cheesy, but still worth watching. It's just a funny thing about it. Go back and watch 90s movies and see the bad acting in like Jurassic Park and Twister and some of those movies and Independence Day. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely recommend y'all have some of this with like pizza. If you're munching on pizza right now, or if you're waiting for the pizza guy to show up at your home, you've got like another 25 minutes. Just kick back. You can go get a season of Jackass, some stuff like that. Watch some Jackass. Watch some of this. Get some jalapeno sauce. Like where I live, Little Caesars has like a special sauce called it's like cheesy jalapeno sauce, and that is fucking good. Cheesy jalapeno sauce with a pepperoni pizza it melts in your mouth like instantly. That's like one of the best forms of mukbang that there is, or mukbang. They say it differently, but it's just kind of so. I consider it mukbang, but. But yeah, we're going to have to get the secret area, so that's the next step up. So Gonna have to. I mean, I want to say that almost every stage in this world has, or at least a lot of them have, secret worlds. We're gonna knock these out. So yeah, and I mean, this is by no means gonna be like a speed run or like a skilled run where I'm just not gonna die. I mean, I'm just, like I said before, I'm not used to like the slippy controls, and I'm just so used to Super Mario Brothers. It's like one of the few Mario games I continue to play. Not that there's anything wrong with the franchise, but I'm just, I really enjoy Super Mario Brothers 1. It's a great game. Even today, it's simple. Most people don't try to play through it like they used to. This game has more replay value than the first Super Mario Bros. But I just like that one. It's just easy going and simple enough to kind of enjoy. Yeah. So we are going to have to start using Yoshi again. We're going to have to get him in a few more stages, because I just have been kind of nonchalantly using him when it suits me, but he is an important character. I'm gonna have to. It's not like it's just, yeah, an extra thing. Get that mushroom. Didn't want to die trying to get it, but I was just like, hell. I suppose I should have just went for the keyhole, but now it's time for the Red Switch Palace. We only got one more of these. Funny how that small dude jumped over that. I mean, yeah, Nintendo put a lot of effort into this game. The AI in this is interesting, just because there's some pretty, like, this is one of the best true examples of comic mischief. Like, at least the third one kind of did it in a slight degree, but the old Nintendo, the NES was kind of, the power of the NES was kind of preventing it from doing what this game could do so easily. Like, this was really, like, this had some fun stuff. But I like them both. Like, I don't think I would want to choose between Super Mario 3 or Super Mario World, because they're both 10 out of 10 games. This really happens to be the thing. There's just no way. If I had to choose between, like, Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine, I might be able to do that. Some of those games are a little bit easier to do, but you just would have to say about it. Like, I don't know. I wonder about, like, the Super Mario Odyssey game. I mean, the Switch has really been making, like, a lot of noise. I'm just kind of curious as to how good it actually is. Like, Cobalt actually owns a Nintendo Switch, but I just have not really went to the trouble of playing it. I mean, for the longest time, ever since the Nintendo Wii, Nintendo's just had a hard time with making a compatible controller that I would enjoy. And this really happens to kind of be the thing, is I'm not with the Wii Mode or the Wii U thing or any of those. It's just kind of, they need to just take it back to, like, the Super Nintendo and possibly the N64 or something. I think that would be a little bit better. And I'm starting to reach a point where me beating brand new video games that come out in 2021 and 2023 and stuff is just not going to happen. I mean, I can do these games just off of pure nostalgia, but there's just not a lot of new games, unless it's something like Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge or something that's going to be really have a lot of premise towards me playing. But yeah, I'm basically showing a neat little trick. If you want to carry the shells with you, that's what you do. You have to kick it above you and then let it come to you as you're climbing up. We'll probably complete this stage the normal way in the next episode. That's part 5 fodder, folks. We're almost done with this episode, and trying to get up there, but you just have to use a cape, and I didn't realize that. So, but yeah, once again, happy holidays. If you're watching this in 2023, that's even better. So it's intended. I would just say make it an annual thing. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. You like my English? It's not. You just would have to say it's perfectly. You watch this, and every December you see some of that holiday cheer. Have some eggnog, some stuff like that. All right, subscribe for more fun.